Hey y'all, this month I thought I would try a challenge. This is not something new, but it is new to me, and it's called CSI, and the website is csichallenge.blogspot.com, and CSI stands for Color Stories and Inspiration. They do also have a Facebook page where you can load your photos on there, because I do believe they do a giveaway. They have some sponsors. I really haven't looked into all that too much, but basically what they do is provide you 3 images a month, and this is one of the images. And basically you look at the image and you draw your inspiration from that image, whether it is like this one, whether it is back to school or electronics or the colors, or see, there's earbuds, there's a camera, it's in a case, there's wires, anything that you can get inspiration from this photo or this image. So they also give you some clues here to use a grid pattern, ledger paper, papers with a graphic pattern, school theme elements, camera, metal, buttons, brads, layered stickers, geometric shapes, dimensional letters, wire, string, clips, frames, and use a pen to draw outlines. You don't have to do any of those. It's just to get your mind going. You can use them, you don't have to. But you know, you're just supposed to draw inspiration from this image. And then they give you some inspiration to document school or something you have learned or have taught someone. They also provide you inspiration. This is a link to another site, Can Teach, and if you go to this Blogspot site, you can click on the link to that, and it will give you some prompt ideas, some additional prompt ideas. This one is write your journaling on a notebook or lined paper. Write your journaling a list of things you need for the topic of our page, and then inspiration words ready, guide, back, and to. And then they give you the colors. I don't know, this may be for digital scrapbookers because they give you the actual color number. So I'm going to give this challenge a try, and this is the first one. And I guess they give you all 3 images up front, but then they'll also give you some solved case files, which is basically guest designers or designers who have created pages using this inspiration. Now at the beginning of the month they just have some examples for this first image, and then I think later on in the month they'll do the second image examples, and then the third. But all 3 images are on their challenge site. So I thought I would give this a try, and if I made a video about it, maybe I'll stick to it and do all 3 challenges. So I'm going to use this Simple Life collection kit from Echo Park. This is dated from back 2014, and it's got a lot of the same colors. You got your black and reds and blues and white and yellow. So that is going to be the collection kit that I'm going to use for this challenge. Okay, I've got my layout pulled down a little bit because up here you get a bad glare on the photo. But I am going to scrap lift an example from that csichallenge.blogspot.com site from one of the examples of a solved case. So I know on this layout I want to do a lot of journaling, because this is my dad and his 2 brothers. They do have a sister, but they were all 3 together. And one night sitting at the supper table, I went to my mom's to eat dinner with my dad and one of my uncles, and after dinner they sat around telling, you know, just some little stories from their childhood, a couple things, and I turned on my video camera and recorded it. So I want to relay those stories on this layout. I didn't want to do a double page layout because I didn't want to have a side with just all words on it, so I want to add an insert. I don't have any of those like 6x12 page protectors, so I'm just going to make my own using my fuse tool, which I think I've used once before, and a regular page protector. So what I did was, on the edge where the holes go, I just took 2 pieces of photo paper 4x6 and put it in there to kind of give me a guide. Now, why I needed that guide to use my fuse tool also, but just for the placement of my layout, because this is a single page layout, I don't know whether it's going to be on the front of a page protector or on the back side of a page protector. So what I want to try to do, and it's probably not going to turn out perfect, but I don't want to end up like this, cutting a picture in half. So I put my photo mats in there, so if it's on the back side of a page, it should line up kind of like this, where you can at least see both the photos. Or if it's on the front side, I want to kind of line it up so you at least see one photo and it's not cutting anybody off. So that's just something to consider if you do something like that. And also, if you do, you know, a 2-page layout, then you'll only have to worry about it being, you know, on this side, because your other page will be over here. So just kind of think about that. Since I don't know which side this page is going to go on in my album, I just want to make sure that when I put these pictures down, I'm not, you know, ending up with something that looks like this. Just a personal preference and something to consider. So I am going to use my fuse tool. And I don't even know if you need something underneath to protect. I don't think it really gets that hot, but you want to make sure that you have it plugged, your tool plugged up, so it does get hot. And you know what? Well, I think I'm going to find a bigger mat. Let me come back with a bigger mat so I can use my tool all in one motion and not have to stop and lift it up, because that's pretty much the trick. So hang on, let me get a bigger mat. Okay, so I made my line, and the first page protector I tried, it did not work out well. As I got down towards the bottom, I kind of went away from my T-square ruler, even though I had it there as a guide. It's not perfectly straight, but it is close enough for me, because I think we're more critical when we look at our pages than somebody else, because I think when a scrapbooker looks at a page, we kind of look at each individual elements and the journaling, and whereas I think somebody who doesn't scrapbook, they just see the page as a whole, where we see all the little parts of it. So I just ran it through my paper trimmer. And hang on to this, because you never know when you might want to make a little pocket or a shaker card. So don't throw this away, just hang on to it. And make sure when you're done with your tool that you unplug it and keep it out of reach of somebody smaller, younger, that could grab a hold of it and burn themselves, because it doesn't automatically cut off, I don't think, and it doesn't have an on-off switch. So just make sure you unplug it when you're done with it. Okay, I'm back with my completed layout, and I just wanted to show you the layout that I scrap lifted. It is also on the CSI Challenge blog spot, and this is by LIBEETIFRENKEL, and this is the layout that I used, scrap lifted. And here is my completed page. I'm really tickled with how it came out. And then the only thing I did was I added my insert, and I put a couple of photos on one side, And then on the other side, I took the memories that my dad and uncle were talking about and typed it up and printed it out on this piece of pattern paper and just added it on here. Luckily, they're Southern. They talk slow. And also that they're older, they talk slow. So it wasn't too hard to transcribe that. So depending how my layout goes in the album, whether it's on the front side of a page or the back side of the page. So if, you know, depending where my rings are at, it'll either be like this, which is kind of the idea that I wanted, except for if it ends up like this in my album, I will flip the pages around so it comes out looking like this, where you see the one photo and you can see the title, Brothers, and then you would be able to flip it open and see the other two photos. Now if it ends up on this side of my album, it's going to look like this, and I'm okay with it. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is my title is going to be cut off and it's just going to say brought. So, but at least the pictures aren't chopped off, and then when you flip it open, it'll look like this. So I'm really glad I got this layout done, because I have been wanting to do it since I took the photos and the videos of them talking, and that was back from August 2018. The other thing I wanted to talk about is when I was using my collection kit, I started using up a lot, not a lot of the stickers, but quite a bit of stickers. And then I kind of got like, oh, maybe I should quit, because I don't want to use them all up, because I still have paper in that collection. And I just had to get over that pretty quick, because this collection, I think I said it was from, let me see, oh, 2014. I don't know when I purchased it. I probably got it at Tuesday morning, but use what you have, because I don't know when I'll make another layout using this collection and what pieces I'm going to use out of it. So I just had to get over worrying about using up, and I really didn't use a lot of stickers like I thought I was when I was making the page. But I used up all the little hexagons and stuff, and I thought, well, what if I want it for another page? Well, I don't know what I'm going to make with another page, if I'm going to want to use those hexagon, or even if I'm going to make another page. So use up your stuff. That's what we bought it for. And trust me, it looks much better on your page in an album than just sitting there on your sticker sheet. So that's it. That's my layout share for today. And we'll see you next time. Bye.